everybody. Just need to make sure my mic is working. Is it at least a decent level? Can you hear me correctly? Listen properly. Huh? But why is this thing being weird? Why is this thing being weird? Hello? Okay. So it's better now. Maybe. Maybe not. We will never know. What's going on? Hello? Nah, it should be fine. I hope so. Maybe. Maybe not. Don't know. But let's do this, shall we? I might just need to put the mic a little bit closer to my face. To my awesomeness of the face. Of the net. Alright, everybody. Hello and welcome back to Graphic Gaming. The channel where you never know what game we're gonna play. Until we do. Anyway, so I decided, well, I didn't actively decide. My computer decided it wants to break a hard drive. And we are starting X4 from scratch now. With saying that, this is going to be a bit of a different scenario. We are going to start as one of the normal starts without the DLCs, and then we're going to try and make money and make everything happen by using as much as possible of the vanilla assets and not using the DLCs. Now, obviously, we are going to go into the DLCs, but those are going to be separately mentioned as we do. So most of the first of the initial part is going to be a lot of the vanilla stuff. Reason being is that there's a lot of new X4 players that wants to try the game, so they buy the base game, but they don't know where to start because we all know X4 is a massive game. So to help these people to transition to the massive world of X4, I've decided to basically start a new play, give a little bit of background, and we can go from there. So yeah, let's see how we can get along. So I'm gonna start a new game. That's why I actually decided to start a new game as well while on stream, so that you guys can see I'm starting from scratch. So hold on for me a sec. This guy needs to stop talking.
Success not guaranteed. No liability in case of explosion, blood trauma, exsanguination, asphyxiation, or rapid decompression.
Alright, now that he stopped talking a little bit, what we're going to do now is go through this. So tutorial, we don't really want to use that. Kingdom's End is one of the newest DLCs, Tides of Avarice, and Cradle of Humanity and Split Vendetta is all DLC. Foundations is basically the vanilla start. You can use any one of them, but I basically try and use the the accomplished scientist as much as possible.
Yes.
Just because
The Adventures of Celia Tarrant, my most brilliant and distinguished assistant. From a young age, I dare presume, she yearned to explore the unknown and uncover the mysteries of our universe. Indeed, it may appear as if we had a lot in common back then. We surveyed anomalies in time and space, brought about the materialization of a unique and special station, almost intentionally, and escaped from the vicious machinations of one pair of particularly unpleasant split-fellows. And that was only the start of the excitement.
Alright, so basically the idea here is you already start out with your headquarters, so you don't have to do that entire first part of that mission to try and get that. You start off with a okay-ish fighter. I wouldn't do anything fight-worthy with this thing because it's like very squishy. But yeah, you do start with that. You start in one of the Grand Exchange systems, which is one of the better systems to try and make money, or at least go from there further into the Commonwealth to actually get cash and stuff like that. So there is a lot of things that is very good for the play style from this accomplished side. Doesn't mean you can't use the others. The others just have different ways of making money. Young Gun is obviously a more tailored towards fighting, where the other three is pretty much either also fighting or fighting. So yeah, pretty much you're gonna fight no matter what. So we're gonna start off as accomplished scientist.
Assistant! We have already accomplished much, but there remains a lot to be done before before we can achieve our life's work. Fascinatingly obscure sectors require charting. Groundbreaking research needs to be groundbreakingly researched. And there appears to be a smudge on my habitation unit. I suggest you get to work immediately.
Alright, so now that the game is loading, yeah, so basically we're going to start off here with already our headquarters there with Bosotar on it. So if you guys don't know the first part of the storyline, which introduces you to Bosotar, yeah, there's a lot of channels that actually covers that. If you want to go and have a look at that, or you can always just go through that yourself if you want. I can see that my audio is being weird again. For some reason, my microphone, well, all my settings changed because again, all fun and games if your hard drive breaks. So if you guys just give me a little bit of time. I just want to see if I can find out where to change it again, because there is some kind of setting that I can do to actually allow the microphone to go stereo rather than mono. So I'm hoping that I can find that. Doesn't seem like it. Which weird. Uh, this is super weird. Alright, well, excuse the mono quality microphone. It shouldn't be that bad. Let me just double check that. Let's see, eh? Hoe, hoe weird. Net new een. Yeah. It's mono. It's annoying. Because it's a microphone, it's supposed to be a mono technically. But you can force it to be stereo with a setting. I just can't remember the setting. I don't know, to be honest, if it was a Windows setting that I changed or if it actually was like uh, something in OBS. Because I was hoping that it would stay like it was if it was on Windows, though. I didn't change anything on Windows. I just had to reinstall a lot of my stuff on uh, Windows because I lost the hard drive. Right. So I can't find anything on Windows. Anyway, I don't want to waste too much time, but obviously it is a little bit of an annoyance to only hear my voice
Hello
in one of
there.
your ears. But we'll make it work for this one, and I will just make sure on the next stream that it's stereo and not annoying. All right, so that is Bosotar. He is a boron scientist, and I am borderline annoying because I am not going to be able to focus if I don't fix this. Stereo, if I can, like, don't want to play a video. I have no idea what these people are talking about on this website. Advanced audio property. That's where I usually do everything. Switching mono isn't gonna help, is it? Okay, well, brilliant. Thanks, guys. It should be working better now. My voice should come through as stereo, so both of your earphones should hear my voice now. Okay, I'm gonna carry on, and then you can just let me know if you can make it out, if you can hear on both ears or not. How is it that soft? What wire do you have for your headphones? The one without the volume control? watch your sound volume on your Twitch video. And what about Windows? That's a bit bad. Are you serious? So that means that there's a little bit of a problem with your headphones. To be honest.
Have you heard the latest news about the Hatikva Free League? Apparently, they are trying to distance themselves from those thoroughly unpleasant
very
scale
soft.
plate packed fellows. If I were a restless assistant, looking for adventure, I would seek out the source of this intriguing turn of events without delay.
Alright, so yeah, no, the game sound is ridiculously loud. So maybe we should just up the output a little bit. That could work. No, that's wrong. So wrong. USB. Right. So I'm going to push up the gain a little bit. Let's see if that works. How does it sound now? Oh my soul! I'm asking for a little bit of assistance here. Okay, but does it sound ear rapey or does it sound ear rapey or something? What? Yeah. Yeah, but it's not grainy or anything. Okay, yeah, that sounds good. Yay! Alright. I think that's gonna be fine. Sorry, I completely interrupted Bosota at this stage. But yeah, what are we gonna do? Anyway, so HQ, what can I say about this place? It's got Bosota, it's got this safe storage where you can store stuff like illegal wares and things that you don't want to use right now, like things that should be used in the creation of the SATA and stuff like that. So there's quite a few things like that that you can store in there. Other than that, we can go into the elevator and then we can go into the manager's office, which I don't know if we have a manager. I do think we need to have one. So we probably do have one. We don't. So we're gonna have to get a manager. We can easily check that by going M for map. And here you can see your HQ, a bunch of fighter ships. Obviously, this is going to be your player. This top one is the Noden ship that you started with. And the yellow human icon, or the yellow character icon, is for Bosota because he is a mission critical NPC. So if you go on the left hand side to property owned, you can get your headquarters there at stations and subordinates. And if you go to the right hand side and click on the I for information, you can get a lot more information. So you can change the name here if you want. You can see the owner is the player character, and the location and all of that jazz. So if you go to crew, it's going to give you the manager's details. So we do have a manager called Leon Nuer or something like that. I'm probably butchering the crap out of that name, but it's fine because it's just an NPC, right? Anyway, so yeah, that's an introduction to the map and stuff. as well. You can scroll up and down to go in and out. Like all games, strategy type games, it's got a fog of war, so you can't really see outside of your area where your character is. You can manipulate that by different things that we can go over later, not right now. If you, like you can see, if you zoom out, you've got a bunch of information that's also popping up that's just making the map very confusing. You can hide a lot of this information because you're not going to use it right now in the early stages until you actually do know what's going on, and then the information won't be that bad. So on the top right hand corner, you can click your trade filters off, and you can switch off your mining filters as well. Something that I would also suggest you do is rather than switching off the other filters, you just want to like fine tune the filter. So go to the filter button on the right hand side corner, and you can go through here. So here you can see there's your trade filters, which we turned off, and you can turn it on either by this button or by clicking the trade filters here at the top again. Same with the mining, and then here is the other filter. So here you want your alert level to be high for now. You can change that as you learn now what the alert does. Diplomacy, you want to highlight your visitors, and I do the show faction colors because this way I can actually see which factions I can see. So green is always your faction. This mossy green, like baby poo color, is the Ministry of Finance, which is a Teladi group, and the yellow is basically also the Teladi group. So there's two main Teladi factions. We'll go through them in a second. So, but yeah, that's the idea. That's why I put the faction colors on, is so that I can see the different colors and make quick assumptions on if somebody is taking over a sector or not. You can turn off the eclipse lines if you want. They don't really affect me, so I leave them on. Rex I leave on. Selection lines I turn off. Unless I really can't find the ship that I have selected, but usually I can because you can double click on it to go there as well. Gate connections I leave on because it just helps a lot. Background opacity, I usually leave that on so that I can see the background. I also change the setting a little bit so that I can see more of the background, what's going on, because I also don't stop my ship. Here you can see there is a scale plate faction, which is pirates, and they are shooting this Teladi trader. Anyway, satellite coverage I leave on until it gets ridiculously too much to handle, and then we can switch it off. Why is there no music? Why is this a thing? Sorry guys, I just want to see if I maybe have screwed boot here. Okay. So it seems like they are not going to put in music for us right now, which is a little bit boring and annoying because that makes my voice the only thing you hear, and very, very sad. I'll fix that in a second. Show orders, I tend to use that for a little bit and then switch it off as I need to. Show allied orders, I usually switch that off because it gets ridiculously crazy. Mission offers and civilian ships I leave on because you use that sometimes. So that's the filters in a nutshell. And we can escape here to go out of the menu, and because I'm lazy and I don't want to walk all the way to the elevator and to my ship again, you can use the shortcut key to get there, which is Shift and D, and you will be brought into your ship instantly into this elevator.
Vanguard.
So from here, you can take control of your ship by pressing F, and now you're in the cockpit. I'm going to press the X here to go away with the information menu, and now we have this top menu where you can trade and do all kinds of different stuff. If you want to undock, you can also use keyboard shortcuts for that as well, and you can stand up again with the keyboard shortcut as well. So Control D is going to let you stand up again, and if you go and sit down again, if you press Shift D like we did to get to this ship, we can undock. And there we go. We're flying. So I'm just going to take off here a little bit. Mouse seems a little bit sensitive. We'll see how it goes and change it as needed. And go from there. So for now, I'm just going to keep at this trajectory for now while we go through a few more settings. So M again, and that's going to show you that you are traveling north or upwards. In a sense, there is some Talari fighters flying around there. We don't want to go up there because there's going to be Xenon and stuff, and we seriously don't have the best fighter at this stage. So we want to just carry on downwards on the map and get to that blue station over there. If it's on your mini-map like this, you can actually select it by clicking on it.
Full part factory.
And you'll see it highlights it. And then you know where to fly. You can also press Shift A to put the autopilot on. But the autopilot is very, very wonky and I don't trust it at all. So I'm not going to use that. Rather than that, we can carry on here. So now you can see we're flying there again. Now the red exclamation mark is due to the fact that we don't have a pilot actually for this ship. They call it a captain, but that's stupid. It's a pilot. Everything points to being a pilot except this exclamation mark that says acquire captain. They basically like combined the big ships and the small ships upkeep mission to say acquire captain, because the big ships say acquire captain. So now that we want to start making money so that we can get actually a decent ship to fly around with, we can do it in a few different ways. The first way that I try and do is get a little bit more reputation with the different factions. So now that we can actually see this station, we can go to the faction menu from the map menu as well. So most of your work is going to go through the map menu. It's just from there you can select different tabs. So you can see here on player information, which is the third icon, you can see your name, which you can always change. I think I'm going to change it anyway. Maybe not. Nah, I'm going to leave it like that. I'm just going to put in an organization name. And this will also show you in the background, we can see in the transparency that the ship is still flying. Right, so that is a message that I also want to do here, is smuggling vessel. You'll see on your map there's a red icon, a red ship. That means it was an enemy and we need to try and take it out. Now, I think it's gone now. Probably slipped into a docking bay or something and now it's gone. So that's a bit sad. I do want to change this mouse sensitivity because it seems like horrible amounts of sensitivity here. Is it this one? No, it's not that one. Controls. So I can't really remember where is all the sensitivity. Okay, so that changed. It used to not be in its own place. Oh, that's for controller and joysticks. That's why it's different. That's not the same as the mouse sensitivity. Here is the sensitivity for the mouse. Yeah. So, yeah, this is also a little bit different, but that's fine. Look left and right and up and down. That's for first person view. We'll go through that. I'm going to leave that for now because obviously it's not going to affect the fact that we can fight. I'm going to put it at about 25 for left and right and up and down. Mouse roll, I'm going to put to 15 because it's, no, you know what? Actually 5 because this is ridiculously sensitive. So we'll see how that is and go from there. Yeah, this is more manageable. Yeah, this is definitely more manageable. Right. Okay, so a little bit still on the sensitive side, so let's change it a little bit more. No, not that one. Mouse sensitivity. Let's make it 15. Okay. Yeah, this seems alright. We'll go through it. Once we start fighting, we will start understanding what's going on. You know what? Maybe it's because of my mouse sensitivity in like general, not just the look sensitivity. Although I'm not sure if I can change that in game. Left mouse button. I think the left mouse button is pretty much
Sentinel.
Yeah, that's pretty much the go-to that I have been using is the left mouse button layout as well. We'll go through it if somebody has any questions on left mouse button and right mouse button. But for now, let's see what else we can do. You can always go backwards on your ship as well with scroll wheel, and there we go.
Tour bus.
So now we need to try and shoot this criminal without shooting the station, because the station will shoot back if we like shoot at anything other than said pirate.
Split, ask for mercy.
No thank you, Split. I ask for reputation from Talati.
We cannot tolerate your
Ooh,
actions.
you see, we shot the wrong person. And now we're gonna have a bad day. Yeah, I hate these guns, but we'll see what happens. Okay, there we go. Okay, so we shot that guy out of the sky. Now we can pick up that container that has mixed fruits in it, which should be fine. It shouldn't be illegal wares. So that's fine, but we are going to stay, well, don't need to stay close to the station, but you'll see the station is going to talk to us about thank you for helping them with the pirate, and they will like us a little bit more. Currently they are, if you check here at the bottom, neutral with a 0 reputation, and they should go to a +1 once they contact them. There is a bug.
Thanks for your help.
Never mind, the bug is fine. So that's +1 to the
Please
lot.
halt. We will be be scanning your inventory.
So now we'll see if it's actually illegal to have the mixed fruit. There's also a bug where the police never tells you to drop illegal cargo, so if you want to just make sure, Shift I is going to open your inventory, and it's not showing us illegal.
The scan shows nothing to concern us.
Alright, so yeah, they weren't concerned about that, so that's fine. If you had illegal wares, it would have said dropped all illegal items, which you then can quickly click and basically you'll drop all your illegal items. So we want to start this game by basically staying close to a system that has an asteroid field like this and some stations that you can fly around and shoot some pirates. So now that we've got our pirate, because now they won't give us another pirate again for a few minutes, so we can go around and fly through the asteroid field. And what we're looking for is a flashing light.
Asteroid.
So that's going to be asteroid parts that you can see every now and again, and that's from mining ships breaking down the bigger asteroids into smaller manageable chunks. So I'll see if I can find any flashing lights to show you guys how it would look. I think I saw one, but I can't be sure. Now this is where it also gets handy to hide your HUD as well, so you can press Ctrl H and that will clear up your view a little bit so that you can see a little bit more of the vision. So there you can see is a flash on that one asteroid on the bottom side here. I'm not talking about the two little dots following my mouse cursor, but around there you'll see there's a flash of light. I'm gonna try and put my mouse marker on top of the flash. If this bloody asteroid doesn't go and interfere with us. Oh, there's another flash on this asteroid as well. Over there it was. Yeah, there we go. So there's a flash, and all of these flashes are mineral deposits. So if you go closer, crystal deposit, sorry. You can see this is purple crystal. So you can shoot these purple crystals. Obviously, we need to get better guns. And we need to follow them because the asteroid moves around. Now you can keep shooting it for a while and then press O, and O will then tractor beam all of those crystals into your inventory. So here it comes, and we've got a bunch of asteroids.
Please halt. We will be scanning your inventory.
Yeah, so this might be a bad idea because some of these asteroids are crystals are illegal. So Shift I.
The scan shows nothing unusual.
It's clear,
You may go.
which is good. Right, so
The Alliance of the World seeks inquiring minds. Interested scientists should convene at our expedition staging grounds in Heretic's End. We intend to illuminate the mysteries of Jumpgate technology. All are welcome. Science knows no boundaries of race or faction.
So that was one of the DLCs. Kingdom's End. So you won't necessarily get that. So here is a yellow crystal deposit. So we can shoot these. And you'll see the crystal then get short that's on the asteroid, which means you can't shoot it anymore. All the crystals are broken off of the base. So that's what you want to do, is you just want to go around the asteroid field looking for flashing lights and basically shooting the asteroids, and in turn go to all the space stations that you can find and shoot their pirates. The pirates also drop stuff like you saw the mixed fruits, and some of those things are very valuable. So if we press Shift I again, we can see there's unstable crystals, and those are illegal. So we can drop all the illegal items. I'm not going to do that because I want to show you guys either the police or we can sell it to the black market. And then you can see the price on some of these crystals are redonkulous. So yeah, let's carry on. Obviously you can fly faster, but because we want to just go through this and show you guys what's going on, I'm not going to bother by flying faster because that's just going to cause you a headache. So once your keys are configured correctly and all of the stuff makes sense to you, like how to fly and stuff, it gets easy. And then you just need to follow around and do a few things to make money. So one thing I didn't cover is how I move my screen or my mouse individually. So right now I am in mouse mode, and if I want to control my ship's direction, I can press Shift Space to go into steering mode. And you can see it's showing on the screen steering mode activated, and it's saying if you press Shift Space again, it will deactivate it. So pressing Shift and Space again deactivates it, and now I have my mouse back.
Unknown station.
Now I can
Hermes.
go ahead
Vanguard.
and select a bunch of stuff in my map on my screen without
Medical supply
moving
factory.
my ship around. So that's quite handy to have. You use that combination of shortcuts very, very often. And yeah, you obviously have strafing left and right and up and down with your WASD. Again, we're going to scan around for, or just fly around until they notify us about a pirate. And we'll go from there. If you want to roll your ship left and right, you can press E or Q, and that will turn your ship around. Obviously, you don't need to do that, and I wouldn't suggest it if you start out. But yeah, so there is our
Mass
next
transporter
pirate.
F.
We want to make sure we miss the station and don't end up shooting the station. There we go.
Container.
Maja Glut, I can't remember if that's illegal wares. Let's take it. We'll see if it's illegal. Doesn't seem to be illegal, so... but we'll see. They will notify you very quickly, believe me. Alright, so now we are a go. Now you can see we're a little bit away from where we should be or where we are. You can go to your property owned, and there's your ship that you're currently flying, and you can double click on it and that will take you to your ship, and you can zoom in. And now because you double clicked on it, it's focused on that ship, and your map will then follow your ship. Now I want to turn it around a little bit.
Thank you.
Okay, so now we've got a +2 with the Teladi. So that's good. There should be a station somewhere in this. Nope. A little bit more. There it is.
Microchip factory.
Okay, so we want to go there and dock and see what we can sell outside of our inventory. So what I want to do now is I want to get there very fast. So we're going to enable jump drive. No, not jump drive. I can't remember what they call it. But Shift 1 will enable your travel drive. Travel drive, that's it. So now you can see we're going past our max speed that we could do with our normal engines. And we are going to speed up to about 2k. Maybe 3 because it's normal travel drive. Okay, so now shift 1 to get out of travel drive, and you can backspace to put on your reverse boosters to stop you dead in your tracks. Alright, so now that we're here, we want to dock somewhere. Now, you'll learn where the docks are once you play the game enough. I know it's there, and we are turned around, so going this way, it makes more sense. But other than that, if you don't find the dock for some reason, you can basically select your station and press Shift D to request docking permission.
Docking granted.
And now you can see green lights to show you, the station shows you where to go to dock. So you can follow those green lights and it will then basically guide you into dock. Now this is a little bit of a nightmare if your idea is to try and dock this ship, right? It gets easier, but not just because you learn the game, but also because you get docking computers. And they're not that expensive, so as long as you take it slow the first few times and align all of your green lines. So let me go through this for you a little bit. The circle in the middle at the top where my mouse is, that shows you where your nose should be pointing. The lines next to it is your alignment to the tilt of the ship. So if I press E to roll, it's going to go off the lines and eventually it's going to be red. Okay, maybe not. Okay, for some reason it doesn't want to turn red. It usually does. I don't know why this is not. Other than that, you can also align this triangle with the line on it. That is your ship icon basically on the landing platform. The line should align with the red lines over there, and the triangle should then just be almost at the end of that red line, and those two brackets on the sides shows you how high you are together with this blue V sign. So the V sign should be touching your triangle of your ship. So the lower you go, the lower the V sign becomes. So now we're too low, so we need to pull up a little bit. So that's going to be about the place where you want to have your height. And then we can just go slowly forward. And you should see your ship going closer, and then it automatically lands.
Successfully docked.
And there we go. We are docked now.
Welcome.
Now, this trade icon, button here is going to trade whatever is in your cargo bay for your ship. We don't really have anything in our cargo bay of our ship. We have a bunch of stuff in our user or in our character inventory. So we want to get up from our ship, go out and go to the character trader basically. So here is the docking bay. So you can see we're moving quite slow. It's a pain to walk this slow. There is a run button, but it's set up a little bit differently than a normal RPG game. So what you want to do is you want to go into your settings, go into your controls, your platform controls, and over here you will see forward is W. You want to change this key binding to run forward as W. And now you should be able to run. So you've got to crouch as well. and you've got to look up, down, left, and right as well. Although that doesn't make sense why you have that. But anyway, so that is pretty much going to help you run faster. Alright, so you will find a bunch of NPCs. These NPCs are hireable. This person is -5 because it's a scale plate pirate. So we want to go to the shopping cart because that's the trader. Other stations will have other things like a ship trader and stuff like that. This is obviously just a normal station that only trades certain goods that they're trying to produce. And obviously they have this normal inventory trader that just assists. This is a workbench or crafting bench, and you can craft different things here. We will definitely come and craft stuff a little bit later in the game, and you can use a lot of the crystals that you mine in your crafting as well. So we want to talk to this guy.
Help?
We want to show me your wares.
Here you go.
And then obviously we are going to sell all the stuff that we can. Oh, except your laser. That's actually what you have on your character. So you've got a repair laser, a spacesuit scanner, and you can buy some upgrades for your spacesuit so that you can maybe shoot a laser out of from your spacesuit. Thrusters as well, so that you can move faster and stuff in space. But we'll cover that in a later video as well. This is seminars that you can use to level up your NPCs as you hire them. And then here is the trade wares, which we will basically have the crystals we were mining, as well as some other stuff. And there we go. So we got about 203,000 credits.
Good profit to you.
It was a good profit, thank you. And then we're gonna autosave, because that's fun. Alright, so now we've sold all the stuff that we can from the to this trader, but if I open my inventory, you will notice that I still have my unstable crystal, but we didn't see it there. We didn't see it in the sell screen because it's illegal. They will not buy illegal items. You can sell illegal items, but you need to have either a black market trader, which we don't have access to right now because we only started now, or if you have like a very good reputation with some of the factions, they might decide to buy your illegal items. And a third option is always if it's a station where those particular items are not illegal, you might be able to sell it there. So somewhere in the universe you will find a sector that doesn't outlaw a specific goods, and you can actually sell to them. In return, you might have goods that's not illegal
Nodin, Vanguard.
in general sense, but in other sectors it might be illegal, and then you get in trouble for that, and you're like, oh, but I didn't have illegal goods. Not for the other sectors, but that specific sector might deem some things illegal. So keep an eye on that. It could save your life. So I'm just going to enable my HUD again because we don't want to just end up having no HUD. That notification is either a enemy. Yeah, there we go. There's the pirate.
Short range transporter.
You can
C.
highlight the pirates or any enemy by pressing Shift E, and that's going to highlight the closest one. And there we go. That one's
Container.
down. spacefly eggs is illegal wares pretty much everywhere. So I don't really want to end up picking those up and having a bad day with the police. Especially because I have a very crappy ship and an even crappier gun. I'd rather make friends for a while, and once we can actually get away from anybody, then we can start doing some illegal wares and stuff. Although by that time we should have enough money to not care about illegal wares and just drop them. So we should now have a little bit of cash coming in from that one enemy that we fought, as well as some reputation for the Telari faction as well. I'm just gonna go and fly very slowly through this asteroid field and see if I can find any more blinking lights. Hopefully we can get some blinking lights. I'm gonna hide the HUD again because for some reason I think I missed 2 blinking lights already. For some reason, I haven't actually gotten a notification from that last pirate we killed. So that's a little bit sad. I was really hoping that I would get a notification at least for that. But it's fine. We can work around it. Now, there are certain things that you can buy to make your life a little bit easier from certain factions. A police license goes a long way in getting a lot more cash and a lot more reputation very quickly. And it's not that expensive, but obviously you need to buy it for pretty much each faction that you want to embrace. And also you need to get it from a specific station. So we would need to go and find that specific station for the Teladi, as well as then the other factions that we also want to try and embrace later. Now, there's one particular faction that I want to focus on, and that is the Baronids, because they have a specific faction that I really want to exploit
Asteroid.
right now. Well, not right now, like in the near future. Now, I already know a lot about where the map is and where we can go and all of those things. Now, to be honest, I'm completely sure that a lot of the new players won't understand where they are and how they need to get to specific places. We do have a Discord channel that you guys can join, and we've got a bunch of links that we can show. One that shows you all the different sectors and all the different factions. There's one where you can see all the different ships, and you can actually add weapons to them to see which ship is going to work for you maybe a little bit better, and stuff like that. So, a broad spectrum idea of this map. You've got your hexagons, which is a sector, and you can have up to 3 smaller hexagons in one sector, like this is the Grand Exchange sector, and you've got 3 Grand Exchange I don't know what to call them, but yeah, 3 of them inside of that. So obviously these are superhighways that connect these different sectors. I'm just going to call them sectors. And then you also have your jump gates, which links sectors that's a lot further away from each other as well. We want to go to the purple guys because that's the faction that I want to focus on, for now at least. And then also here is the shipyard, or the ship wharf, that is going to give us the police license that we need for this Baronet faction. So what we want to do is we want to get to that shipyard or wharf or whatever you want to call them. You can right click on it and start guidance to object. But because we are not aware of all the different highways and how to get there, we won't be able to in any way use this to get there. So that's why it's showing us a spyglass. It's telling us we need to search for a route to get there, because it doesn't understand how to get there. Now, I'm going to take this route. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to select this superhighway. I'm going to press T on my keyboard. That's going to highlight the highway in my map. Now you can see it's actually not highlighting anything. It's because the superhighway gate is still not discovered by me. So that icon is for the superhighway gate. You can see it. I can select it in game, but because it's still behind the fog of war in my map, I cannot select it from my map. So we're gonna go there with our travel drive, and
Superhighway
you
Grand
can
Exchange
click on it
4.
to select it. So I just click on it and select it because that gives me an indication of how far I am away. We're always still going to just watch for any blinking lights, although it's a lot harder to stop with this travel drive on a dime if we want to stop and see if we can get crystals. But I'm not too worried about crystals because they are a secondary way or means to make money. We are going to try and get to the Baronet to start making money quicker. So we're just gonna fly through here, and now it's automatically taking us to the next sector.
Entering Grand Exchange 4.
From what we can remember on the map, we know it's a little bit more to the right hand side that we need to go. I'm gonna say about there. I'm gonna engage my travel drive there, and let's go and see what we can find. So double click on there. It's definitely the wrong way that we're flying, so I need to turn around 180 more towards this side. And about there, you can see on the mini-map is the jump gate. Might be up or down, and that's where we want to go. And because we can't see it on our main screen, we can actually still select it from our mini-map.
Jump gate 18 billion.
And you can see it's actually quite close to the middle. Some jump gates could be more towards the top or the bottom of the sector, so never think that it's all in one plane. It could be very randomly scattered. But yeah, so we're just going to fly through this jump gate. There's a bunch of fighting ships, you can see if a ship is fighting or trading by the angle at which the icon is. If it's a sharp, pointy icon, it's a fighting ship. If it's a round icon, it's a trader.
Entering system. 18 billion.
And here you can see there's a lot of people fighting. 18 billion is a very unstable sector. But yeah, it's very
Jump
good
gate.
to
Memory of
get
profit.
a lot of information. So yeah, we'll get there. But anyway, other than that, you also have your mining ships, which is a combination of a little bit more pointy than the traders, but it's not as sharp as fighting ships. And then you've got different icons for your capital ships and stuff like that, but we'll go through all of
Entering
those
system. Memory
later.
of profit.
Now that we're closer towards the station that we want, you can see the guidance is now actually highlighting where we need to go. So now we are actually able to fly towards the yellow blocks and stuff like that. So
Jump gate.
in the
Right
beginning,
promise.
you're also going to have a lot of problems if you do missions, because your ship won't know how to navigate to a specific mission location because you haven't actually discovered some of the locations, or most of the locations,
Entering
to be honest.
system. Right promise.
So I'm just gonna go ahead and fly towards the superhighway. The superhighway, or no, not the superhighway, the highway is these blue lines. Now you can get a lot of these highways scattered across the place. The main one creates a circle that connects a lot of these sectors together in a circle, so you don't need to leave the highway to get to any of these sectors that it actually links. So it's always a good idea to also like open up the highway so that you can see what's going on and what stations you have close to it, and obviously the stability of the sector as well. Now we just fly into it and it will automatically turn you to the right direction, and you will fly a lot faster than you would have without the highway.
Entering system. Trinity Sanctum.
So there is our
Aranid
wharf.
Wharf.
So we're going to press upwards once we're close enough to exit the highway, and then we can manually fly towards the station so that we don't miss it. So we don't want to land at the station right away. We want to shoot the pirates. So each station, once you get in range, will notify you about one pirate at least, which you can then deal with to get some reputation. So they just said something about an enemy. Not completely sure if that is... There we go.
Civilian ship. C.
I hate these notifications. Get away. So that ship just flew into that gap. So we're definitely not going to be able to get that one. So you can see the God Realm of the Paranid is at +5 currently. So at least we don't start at a 0 like we did with the Lodi.
Aranid Wharf.
But obviously we want a higher ranking, because that's going to give us a lot more freedom in their space.
Docking granted.
But I'm going to dock here. Unfortunately, we missed that opportunity to destroy that specific enemy for them. So we're just gonna have to deal with it and see how much we need to have the reputation to be able to actually get the police license. So now here in this
Successfully
wharf,
docked.
you can upgrade your ship. And this is the type of upgrades that you want to do to enable you to dock easier at stations. So currently, you can see I already have a docking computer MK2. You would have seen it's a lot harder to align all your stuff and actually dock if you didn't have that computer enabled. So this is where you would basically make it easier for yourself to get your ship to dock. There's a few software that we do want to unlock or buy for our ship. Obviously not right now because we don't have a lot of cash. I want to try and get the police license first. So what we want to do is we want to end up going into the elevator, which will allow us to be able to go anywhere in the station. So here's the elevator, and we can use this keypad to then travel to the representative's office for the God Realm of the Pyramid. This representative of the specific faction has the authority to give you a police license, as well as you can buy building plans and stuff like that. So if you want to build a specific ship from the pyramid yourself at your own shipyard, you can buy that ship plan from them through this guy. Same with your shipyard. If you want to build a shipyard, you build the station plans from this guy. So here you can see it's we can ask, show me your licenses. I would like to buy a blueprint. Show me your live stream. So live stream is a function where you can see all of the factions, ships and stations through a cinematic type of camera view. It was buggy at some point and kept crashing my game. So we'll try it later on, just not now, because it basically crashes my game to a point where I need to restart, and my stream also crashes sometimes. So I don't really want to do that right now. So I'm gonna show me your licenses because we want to buy a police license. And here you can see it is 156, but we need to have a specific reputation with these guys. So we would need to see what the amount of reputation is we need with them to be able to buy this license. Goodbye. To do this, you can go back into your menu, which is either escape, and here you can see all of your icons again, and you want to go to player information, and then you'll see on the left hand side all these icons. You want to be at factions and relations. Here you can see all the factions that you have flown close enough to be able to see. Mine shows a lot more than I would expect it to, so I think somewhere in my Windows some configuration file was left from my previous game, and yeah, brain fart. Don't know how it might be from my operating system under my documents rather than the hard drive that crashed. I'm not completely sure where they saved this config file, to be honest. But yeah, so we're looking for the Paranet, God Realm of the Paranet. Here it is. It's at +5, and to be able to buy a police license over there, we would need +10 reputation for them. So we need to get to +10 to be able to get the police license. Now, I'm just gonna press Shift D to go
Noden.
quickly into
Vanguard.
my ship cockpit. And we want to launch. Now, plus 10 is also going to allow you to buy different guns as well. So it's a very good idea to get your factions to plus 10 at least, to be able to get better guns for your ships as well as better ships. But you can always pirate your ships as well, which we will be doing shortly, very shortly actually, because I really want a better ship, because this one is a nightmare. But I do want to go and get my reputation a little bit more upwards with this faction.
Mass transporter.
Okay.
E.
I missed. So I shot this station, which is a very bad thing.
We cannot tolerate your actions.
Yeah, so they didn't like that at all. But luckily they didn't actually go hostile, which is good. They should be able to give me a thank you for that. From, I think, +4 or +5 reputation, you're not going to go up 1 point each time you shoot one of the bad guys. It's more of a it's not a linear growth. So if you reach a certain amount of reputation, you're going to need to kill a lot more
Thank you.
bad guys. Like you see, they did say thank you, but the reputation didn't increase. It's still +5. Now, if I kill another pirate at this station, it's going to become 6.
Mass transporter.
So let's go
E.
see if we can reach this one before it ends up docking inside one of the stations. And like you can see, these guns are ridiculously horrible. And now it's trying to get away from me. Right. That died. And now they should say thank you again, and then also increase to 6 reputation. And then at 8 reputation, it's going to take about 3 civilian criminals basically to up your reputation even more to 9 and 10. And then I think from 11 or 12 you would need about 4 or 5 criminal vessels.
Thanks for your help.
And there you go, +1, and we are now at +6 for the reputation. So now we should be able to get a criminal from this station.
Civilian ship.
There we
C.
go, there's a civilian criminal. Obviously, the more dangerous the criminal, the more reputation you can gain. But civilian criminals pretty much all give you the same amount of reputation. The least amount of reputation by that, actually. So this is really not a long-term solution. This is just a beginning stage of the game where you're just starting out. You want your first faction to just like you enough to get you out of the gate and get a better ship, get better guns, so that you can actually fight bigger criminals, bigger pirates, and enemy factions like the Xenon.
Thank you.
So there we go. We were lucky with this one, and we actually got 2+7 with one criminal. That is actually very, very lucky. We shouldn't have gotten that 2+7, but I'm not going to take a gift horse in the mouth. So yeah, that's good. Now, just gonna travel around the station and see if we can get another pirate. That really just like shaved a lot of time out of my gameplay right now by giving me a +1 to reputation. Okay, so like you guys can see, there is no criminal getting notified close to this station. That means the criminal is probably in transit between two stations. And once that's the case, it gets glitchy. And if you get that criminal between the two stations, it ends up having a bit of a bug where it's invincible and you can't kill it. So you should see we're gonna get a criminal somewhere here between this station that we're flying to. And it's not gonna help we shoot at it, because it's not going to be able to get destroyed. There we go.
Mass
There's the
transporter. E.
criminal between the two stations, and I want to show you guys that it is indeed going to be invincible. I don't know if they fixed it in one of the patches. Maybe it's fixed, but I doubt it. Yeah, so this ship is not going to be able to be shot down. You even fly through it, it's like it doesn't exist. So it technically doesn't exist, but yeah. So no matter with what cannons I shoot it, no matter how much I shoot it, it's not going to die. So it's invincible. Don't waste your time. Just carry on to the next station and hope that you can get a criminal vessel over there to increase your reputation. Ooh. So these solar panels seems to have been broken. Maybe. They look a little bit weird. I don't know if it's just the way they are currently, but I do think they were broken. I think this module is broken, but I'm not sure. Anyway,
Civilian ship. B.
there we go. We've got another criminal, and it's close to the station, so we should be able to shoot it down.
There's not much left of our ship. Please stop.
We were lucky with that one, and we got it to get a hit. Now we just need to wait for it to fly out of the station so that we don't hit the station. And there we go. Another one down. Now we can go to our ship, zoom in and see where we are. There you can see your criminal traffic there, and there we are at the station. Now you won't get notified in the map. When you're in the map, you don't get notified that you are being scanned by police, as well as they don't say thank you if you're in the map. So we don't want to be in the map right now. Now remember, we've got illegal wares, and if one of these police are going to scan, we would need to drop our cargo. So I'm going to leave the illegal wares on my ship because I want to show you guys that there is actually a way that you can drop your cargo quite quickly, and that's if they ask you to drop it, just drop it. There is a key where they say comply, and you have to press F and then just drop your cargo, and then they shoot the cargo and not your ship. So you don't always have to go into your inventory and drop all illegal wares. You can just wait for the police to scan you and say drop it or get shot. I wouldn't do that because, like I said,
terribly sorry to disrupt your magnificent focus.
this is bad.
Maria.
There's a few bad guys here. I don't want to end up getting caught by them because they are going to shoot the crap out of us. But I do want to stay like close-ish to them because obviously there's going to be stuff that I can pick up once they all get destroyed by station security or the military, or somebody's going to take them out, and I will be able to capitalize by grabbing all the stuff that they eject out of their cargo holds and stuff like that.
I can't take much more. Please stop.
Like this one is going to die now, and then there is going to be cargo containers. So that's an extended fuel container, and that is one of the upgrade items that you can use to upgrade your ship. There's another container as well.
Container.
That's also an item that you can use to upgrade your ship. So we're just gonna stay out of range of their guns. What we could do while they are fighting out between themselves is go to this station and see if we can get another criminal traffic down. And there we go.
Civilian ship B.
There's a civilian ship. I want to make sure my guns are pointing away from the station as much as possible. Not always possible though. Luckily, we were able to hit it. Now, if we were geared to a point where we could fight these bad guys in brackets, we'll go through that. That's a little bit of a story spoiler, but anyway. If we were able to shoot them, we would get a lot more reputation for the God Realm than...
Please halt. We will be scanning your inventory.
Here we go.
Release your contraband immediately.
Okay, so it's not asking me to do that. Oh, okay. So it did ask me. I think I just pressed F too quickly. But yeah, basically, did I? Oh my god, I don't know anymore. Hold on. No, I didn't. Okay. Now I dropped it. You see, so there's still a little bit of a bug where you should have gotten a message that says press F to comply or something like that, and then your ship automatically ejects all the illegal stuff. But it seems to be buggy and it doesn't happen. But he did say thank you, which tells me that I did press the right button, but it still didn't drop my illegal cargo, which is weird. But anyway, now he's just gonna play fetch with that locked container, because obviously it shouldn't have been dropped in a locked container. It should have been just dropped as cargo itself, but because I had to go into my inventory and drop it this way, it will drop your cargo in a secure container. You can change that setting actually, but I just don't do that because sometimes I drop my cargo for other reasons than police brutality, and then I don't want anybody to just be able to grab it. So
Unknown station.
yeah, let's carry on. Currently we're still at
Paranit Station security
we're
vessel.
at +8, which is good. We're getting very close to 10, which is what we want. Don't know what
Unknown
station this is.
station.
Hopefully it's Baronet. It is Baronet, and it's a defense station. So this station does have a dock, so it has a normal trader, but it doesn't have any goods that it's producing. It has a bunch of turrets, so this is more towards shooting bad guys and keeping the rest of the sector safe.
Short range transporter.
That's what
B.
this thing is built for. So obviously we don't want to try and hit this thing when we shoot the criminal, because obviously this station has a lot more and a lot bigger guns than what we have, and we will probably be wiped out quite quickly. Okay, there we go.
Container.
That's an upgrade module, so I want that. So I'm not going to go into the docking area. I'd rather just press and hold O on your keyboard, not the number, the letter O, and that will basically have a tractor beam that will pull the stuff closer. Now we're going to go to the next one. I'm wondering if they maybe changed the amount of reputation you get from criminal traffic, because usually you wouldn't get to +8 this quickly. So it might be that they made it easier, which is good. Yeah, so we're still at 8, so I would expect to at least shoot 2 more criminals before I get to +9 from previous experiences. But if they changed it, hopefully, because obviously it is going to be a lot easier.
Civilian ship. C.
And I love that. Okay, so that guy just went into a docking area again, so nightmare fuel. So we're gonna have to go through to another station again. So let's fly this way. Now, your criminal traffic can actually like respawn. It's not a one thing. You don't get just one from a station. You get multiple from a station, but it's one at a time, unless it's a mission. And also, it's you've got a certain amount of time that you between respawns, so you have to wait a little bit before you can actually go back to a station to get a criminal traffic again. So we're just gonna go here. Hopefully this station has something for us. And it's not a very long time that it takes to respawn the criminal traffic, so I think it's something like 3 to 5 minutes or something. But obviously you don't want to wait at a station for 5 minutes to get another
Mass
reputation.
transporter. E.
So the best bet is to just don't dock. It's quite annoying when they go and dock into the station. Okay, but this guy is now crazy scared of us, so hopefully he doesn't go and dock, because he's just trying to get away from us. Although I hate these guns, like,
We are no longer
a
We're a
lot.
threat to you. Stop.
I hate these guns. Like, I can't tell you how much I hate these guns. Like, seriously. These guns suck ass. Like, this guy has like a slither of health left. Just die already. There we go.
Container.
Hydraulic pump is also a upgrade item that you can use. So we want to keep these upgrade items as much as possible, so that's what we will put into our secure storage at the HQ. Obviously not now. We'll go and do that later, because you don't really have a hard limit on the items in your inventory, so you can pretty much just keep everything on your character, but obviously don't really want to do that just because I don't want to. No other specific reason why I don't wanna. I just don't wanna.
Thanks for your help.
Alright, so yeah, it's still at 8. So maybe they did increase the amount a little bit, but now we are at a point where we need to at least shoot 3 criminals to be able to move to the next reputation level. So we should be able to get to +9 once we shoot criminal traffic from this shipyard. Oh no, this is the equipment dock. Yeah, so this is just the equipment dock. You can't actually create or build ships here. You can only upgrade them. So we're just going to fly around here. Some stations, like I showed you earlier as well, they don't produce a criminal traffic, and then you just need to go to the next one. So unfortunately, this seems like one of those that's not going to give us any criminal traffic. So we're just gonna have to carry on. So where's the shipyard? So the wharf is more to my right hand side, so here. So that's a station. So we're gonna go to this Maja Snail station first, and then from there we can go to the shipyard here at the bottom. The main difference between a wharf and a shipyard is the size of ships that they build. Oh my goodness, hold on. I was looking at my dog because my dog was just freaking
Civilian
out.
ship. C.
And that docked. Sometimes that happens and it's quite annoying, because now that ship has docked into the station and you can't find it. So now you have to wait for another one. Let's go to the shipyard. So the shipyard builds large and extra large ships, where the wharf builds small and medium ships. So that's the main difference between the two stations. We just want to fly around here now. See if we can get some criminal traffic. And obviously most of the factions has multiple sectors that belongs to them, which gives you a little bit of a better chance, so you have more stations, so you can get more criminal vessels. You don't need to wait for all of these stations to actually respawn the criminal traffic. Again, this one is probably flying between stations, which means it's going to be useless and we won't be able to get it. Okay, so that's going to be most of the stations in this area. So rather than hanging around here, I want to go through this gate.
Accelerator. Unknown sector.
Again, I pressed T to select it inside of the game window, and now you can see the white arrow in the game that is going to point me to where I want to go. So let's go there. That's going to take us to a specific sector that is also part of the Paranet faction. And it's actually one of the sectors where we want to be once we are at level 10 reputation with the Paranet. So I'd rather go there, scan a little bit around, hopefully get to reputation 10, get back here, buy a license and get going on that. Hopefully we can get there pretty soon. And again, all of these things are doable in the base game. Only later in this playthrough will we go through DLC stuff. So that if you guys want to just buy the game, the base game, and see if you are going to be interested in playing it, you can do all of these things without having to go through the entire DLC route and buying all of the DLCs. But obviously, believe me,
Entering.
once you start
Trinity
playing this
Sanctum.
thing and it
7.
is actually something that you are interested in, it's gonna be difficult not to buy all the DLCs. Very difficult. Alright, so here is the next station.
Quantum Tube Factory.
You can also actually turn off the fact that she talks to you, like tells you what the station
Civilian
is,
ship B.
or civilian ship. All of those audible notifications. My bad.
Please spare our lives.
So sometimes I just like to shoot randomly at the criminal traffic if I know I have a bad gun, like these, just to get them not to dock at the station. And once they start running around like crazy headless chickens, then you can focus on trying to shoot the crap out of them. So that's the idea why I do that. So let's go to the
Ice
next one.
refinery.
So we should technically be on 9 once the Baronet tells me thanks for your assistance.
Civilian ship B.
Thank you.
That was almost shooting the station. There we go. That was lucky. He stopped to be able to go into a docking port somewhere here, and we just got lucky. Right, so we're at 9, and we should get reputation from this one as well. Obviously, it should still stay at 9. And we can go to the next one. And should only need 2 more to get to 10. And obviously you're getting money each time you shoot a criminal traffic. The faction gives you a reward for helping them deal with a criminal. So currently you're getting 500 credits per criminal vessel. Once you get a police license, you can actually get a lot more for each criminal vessel. Vessel? Words are becoming a bit difficult for me. Blech. Talking too much. Let's just fly around. So, no criminal vessel there. Next station then. Seems like we're getting bad luck right now with all the criminal vessels not being here. Very bad luck. Alright. We should be able to just hang around here for a second because I don't think they've actually like rendered the bad guys in yet, or the criminal vessels. So hopefully standing here will just allow us to get a criminal vessel. Hopefully. No, it's taking too long. Next station then. Now I think we should technically start to get missions available for a faction at +5 reputation, so we should already have missions available for the Baronet. But obviously I would need to have a little bit of a better ship to be able to do missions. So I don't want to end up running into any problems with this crappy ship and crappy guns. And yeah, probably the reason why somebody would just quit the game and stop playing is because of the starting ships being so horrendous that it just makes it very difficult to do anything in the game. And obviously you're not gonna think like, ooh, maybe I need to do like mundane tasks to be able to get a better ship before I start actually doing things. You're just going to try and do things and end up having a
Civilian
problem.
ship B.
So here we have another one. I don't know if I shot it or if a specific laser tower shot it.
Container.
I am hoping that I actually shot it down because then I'm going to get the reputation, but yeah, I might have not shot that. With the guns that I have currently, more than likely I didn't deal the killing blow, to be honest. So I'm just gonna assume that I did not hit it and go to the next station. Hopefully getting another criminal vessel. These
Minotaur.
guys
Raider.
are obviously from a different faction, Duke's Buccaneers, which we will have a discussion about probably in the next stream. There is a yellow icon there, which indicates there is a mission here. So we can definitely start getting missions from about 5 or 6 reputation. And that's why we can actually see the mission on our screen right now. So that's
Short
quite
range
good.
transporter,
There is
B.
another criminal. We want to get there before it docks or before somebody else takes it out. And it's a nightmare to try and do that with this crappy ship. Almost overshot that. Oh,
Split
God.
ask you to stop.
I can't. I need you to die. There we go. Thank you for dying. Okay. So at least we know this one I actually did shoot. So, oh wait. Go there. Go there. Closer. Like you can see, there's a bunch of stations. You can see all of them scattered around the area. So more than enough stations to actually go through and get some reputation points. Although we should get +1 right now once the station actually wakes up. 9, so we might need 1 more. I did lose count with all the different stations we visited without criminal traffic. Hopefully this one will be able to give us some criminal traffic.
Mass
There we go.
transporter, E.
Now we just hope it doesn't dock before I am able to shoot at it or shoot it down. Come on, I'm taking too long. This thing is gonna dock.
This ship is done for. Please stop shooting.
Gotcha. Again, this gun is a nightmare to try and hit something, especially as small as a tiny vessel like this. But we manage. Alright, so that should put us at 10. So that means I can go back to our main station that we want to get the police license from. So start guidance to object, and that should then highlight the gate that we need to go through. And on our way, they should wake up and give us a thank you or something. Hopefully. And there we go. We're at 10 reputation. So now we are ready to get a little bit of a better situation with our ship and cash flow.
Entering Trinity
Yo,
Sanctum.
oh my
3.
god. This ship is doing nuts. Oh, this ship is horrible. Alright. They want to have us open our mission menu because we can actually now take missions for this faction. Obviously, we saw that we can actually get missions already. We'll go through the missions and how to accept them and how to do them and stuff like that in a later video. Right now, I just need to get out of this crappy tin can and get ourselves a little bit of a better ship so that we can survive any type of like encounter that is going to require us to have shields or
Docking
anything like
granted.
that. Because currently, if those civilian ships could shoot back, I would probably have been dead already in any way. Because the ship is just that horrendously bad.
Successfully done.
What I want to do is I want to change the sound settings a little bit. Music volume is fine, total volume is fine. Because I can not hear myself think over the amount of noise the engines are making in this game. So I want to change that so that the voices are clearly visible and we can still actually listen to the ambient music. Now let's get up.
We're pleased to welcome you aboard.
Thank you. Let's move towards the elevator. And we are going back into the representative's office and go see if we can get a license. All right, so we can firstly receive a rank, which means nothing with the licenses. This is just them telling you that thank you for all your help and let's hear.
We've been observing you and your activities with some interest. Some have called for you to be recognized. I'm not displeased to present you with a new rank within the great god realm of the Paranid. As with all honors bestowed by the Paranid, this comes with worthy benefits. Should you betray us, you will immediately lose these benefits, and shortly after, your life. As we have judged you worthy, we do not foresee this as a likely possibility. You will henceforth go and enjoy the rewards we have gifted you. There are a number of organizations within our empire that will see our decision as a reason to approach you. With our blessing, you are expected to continue your honorable behavior. May the holy fires burn within you. Safe journey.
All right, so we received the rank. Now we can go back in here, view the licenses, and actually buy the police license.
Safe journey.
Brilliant. So now we've got a police license for the Paranid faction, which means any criminal
Noted.
traffic or
Vanguard.
enemy will basically give us a lot more cash if we kill them, and also we should be able to get faster and better reputation from killing said enemies. So we're going to try and upgrade this tin can for now, just by getting better guns. So obviously we have 300,000 credits. I'm going to just take both of the gun slots. You have two gun slots here, S1 and S2, which is small 1 and small 2. We're going to put in bolt repeater MK1s. Now you will see that there is a minus and there is a plus, which means it's giving you a credit of 30,000 credits for the guns that you basically hand into them, because you're exchanging it for a different gun, and the bolt repeaters are costing you 122,000. And we can then add this to the shopping list. Price is going to be 91 that we need to pay, which gives us a 212,000 credits left. Right, so now it's going to basically take a few seconds to install those guns on your ship, obviously. Mechanics need to tighten the bolts on those things. And once we are done with that, we should be able to hit our target a lot easier. And there we go. So I'm gonna undock. And then we're going to fly out of this docking area. And then I'm going to show you. So these are machine gun type of guns, and they shoot a lot better than those other charging weapons, which you need to basically charge, and they fly very slow, the projectiles. So projectile speed, a massive thing to look out for, as well as your, if it's a charging weapon or just a normal firing weapon. I'm hoping that there will be criminal traffic here so that I can test my guns out.
Short
And there we
range
go.
transporter. B.
And we're gonna try and maneuver through the station a lot easier with a different ship, obviously. And then we just need to get to the other side of this station, and we can then try and shoot this guy.
Please, do not kill me.
I'm just doing burst shots because I don't want to hit the station. And yes, they can fly through the station because clipping is not a thing for them. I can understand why. But yeah, so it's a lot easier to hit them right now with these new guns. So we should be able to actually do a lot better. Now, you will see how much credit we get from killing that one criminal now. Come on.
Thank you.
And there we go, we got 1,500. So that's 3 times more than what we would have gotten normally. And obviously we're still at reputation 10 because we only shot one criminal. I think we should be able to shoot 2 to be able to get to the next level, which is 11. We don't really care to go to 11 right now. We just care about making a little bit more money. And we can do that either by doing some missions, or we can do it by mining crystals like we did at the complete start. Obviously it's going to be easier because we have better guns, and we will definitely go through the rest of the stuff to try and make as fast as possible, as much money as possible, so that we can get rid of this crappy ship and get a bit of a better fighting ship, so that we can survive if we encounter bad guys. So we should be fine to actually engage in a little bit of a fight. So we're going to start the next one off with a fight. But for now, I am going to say thank you very much for watching. I will see you on the next one, and goodbye.